what's up, everybody? This is Kim Lesage doing another segment of My Mondays. Today's segment of My Mondays, as we all know, it is next week is Super Bowl Sunday. So I just want to get my prediction, and first I want to play a little theme music. Yeah, like I said, y'all, it is Super Bowl Sunday coming up this following week. So I just want to get my analysis on the matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, who are the returning champions from last year, who beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the last year Super Bowl championship. So with all that being said, y'all, first I'm going to give a field analysis, and then I'm going to just go into like who I think will win and why. So let me start playing the theme music. So like I said, y'all, on next Sunday will be the Super Bowl Sunday, and that's me being a huge fan of the last 2 years of my videos. I gave Super Bowl analysis and my predictions, and I was actually right on the first one with the Rams winning in a close matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals. Last year, my analysis was correct. The team who I wanted to win didn't win, but I actually did predict it that if the game was close, the Kansas City Chiefs would win. Foresight. But so with all that being said, y'all, this is a quick field analysis of both teams. The Kansas City Chiefs this year, they have a top 10 offense in the regular season, but they lead the league in drops, and they also lead the league in offensive penalties. Now that may seem like something that's been a big factor why they lost 6 games this year, but so far in the postseason they haven't had as many turnovers, they haven't had as many drops, and they haven't had as many penalties. And one of the reasons why is that Travis Kelce has been playing pretty well in the postseason, as he's had 23 receptions for 3 touchdowns this postseason, which he has turned things up because everybody pretty much thought that he was having a down year, which he did have a down regular season, but he is, like I said, he is up his play in the postseason. And also when targeting Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, who is a 2-time NFL champion, Super Bowl champion, his QBR, which basically measures the overall quarterback play throughout the season and stuff like that. His QBR when targeting Travis Kelce is 99.2. So they've been playing, during the postseason. So he's been playing pretty well this postseason. And also another fun fact about that, I believe it's been the last seven postseason games, Patrick Mahomes has not turned the ball over. So when people been complaining about how Patrick Mahomes hasn't been throwing as many, has been turning the ball over this throughout the regular season, this postseason, he has been lights out, has not been turning the ball over whatsoever, and has just been playing this game even as a game manager. And so that's just some few fun facts about few fun stats about the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Few stats about the 49ers offense is not, I didn't look up too many, but the few that I did look up, they're second in yards and they're second in total points, and they also was a top 5 leading team in rushing, which I think can be utilized against the Kansas City Chiefs defense because they have given up 113 total rushing yards. That's something I'm just going to talk about in the future. And also Brock Purdy has been playing pretty well. He throughout the season and everything, he has had I believe is 29 total passing touchdowns, and he's been playing pretty well throughout the postseason. So defensively, Kansas City Chiefs, their defense has been playing lights out. I think they only allowed so far, I believe 17 total points in the postseason so far. They only allowed the Ravens to score 3. They didn't allow the Dolphins to score at all in the postseason. I think they only allowed the Bills when they scored 7 points in the divisional round. So their defense is playing pretty well. And even throughout the season, which the Kansas City Chiefs has turned their season around and changed their philosophy of being a high-potent offense, they have actually changed their philosophy of being a high-potent defense and being a very stingy defense throughout not only just the postseason, but throughout the year, as they've ranked second in yards, third in points. So you can see they're not allowing a lot of teams to score, and they also not allowing teams to get down the field. With that being said, the 49ers defense, they've been pretty lethal themselves, but they have had vulnerabilities especially throughout the postseason, which I'll talk more about. So far, for the regular season rankings, they rank second in total rushing yards, and they rank second in passing yards, but they're a top 8 defense so far in the season. But one underlying factor is they've allowed 26 points average 26 points throughout the postseason. So they've been getting up a lot of points, and also their rush defense has, like I said, is ranking second in total rushing yards on defense, but their defense has been pretty suspect in the rushing. And if you could see some clips with Chase Young is being cracked back in, yeah, they've been pretty vulnerable on the edge so far, and I think that could be a problem. And so that all being said, y'all, so some analysis of what I think is going to happen in the game. I think what's going to occur is I think it's going to be a pretty tight game. As we know, they did play each other a few Super Bowls ago, and initially, like, the San Francisco 49ers defense, what I thought was better in that Super Bowl, they pretty much held Patrick Mahomes unto grasp until the end of to the fourth quarter. I think a similar thing may happen. But I do think that one of the things that gives me concern for the San Francisco 49ers is their defense. I think that them allowing rushing yards, there's as many rushing yards they allowed in the last two postseason games with the Packers and the Lions, that's going to expose some things in which we all know Andy Reid is great at exposing defenses. And I think that's probably going to happen again because Isaiah Pacheco, if I'm saying that name correctly, he's been pretty much balling. I think he has scored in every postseason game so far, so he's been pretty good. I think Kansas City Chiefs are going to expose some of that weakness. If the 49ers will win, I think what it'll have to come down to is they just run the ball. Like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs, they shown the vulnerability themselves with allowing 113 rushing yards this season. But I don't think Brock Purdy's better than Patrick Mahomes. And that's the reason why I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. And because of this one reason alone. As we seen last year in the Super Bowl, we seen when the game got close, the Kansas City Chiefs, they prevailed because they got 15 behind them. And if it comes down to the last minute, which I think it will, I think the Kansas City Chiefs will score a last-minute touchdown with the score being 24-20. And I just believe the Chiefs will win, man. You can't knock somebody that's being great. And I think Patrick Mahomes is on the path of being greatness. And so with that all being said, y'all, like I said, my score is 24-20 Kansas City Chiefs. And so with all that being said, y'all, this is Kim Sykes to another segment of My Mondays.